Howdy folks, and welcome back to another My World of Tanks replays with the Mighty Jingles, except this time it's not My World of Tanks and it ain't the Mighty Jingles. This is a replay that I found while I was browsing through the files on myworldoftanksreplays.com. It's from the North American server. The player is a very, very gracious guy named MntRunner who's allowed me to use this Type 62 replay for your entertainment purposes. And this was one hell of a game in the Type 62 Premium Tier 6 light tank. And you'll see what I mean. The way MntRunner handles this tank in this game is nothing short of legendary. Now, the Type 62, well, it's a Premium Tier 6 light tank. It's not available on the European server yet. As of the time of recording this video, we've got 4 days to go before we can get our hands on this thing. I'm definitely going to be getting one. It looks superficially like the Type 59, but do not go making the mistake of thinking it plays like the Type 59, because it really doesn't. Its hull armour is 25mm at the front, sides, and 16 at the rear. The turret is 50mm at the front, 36 at the sides and rear. This thing does not have armour. It's pretty quick, but it's not even as quick as a Tier 5 light tank. 50km/h is its top speed. Acceleration isn't bad. Mobility is pretty good, however. 45 degree per second hull traverse, 46 degree per second turret traverse, but the gun is what makes this thing unique. It has 10.5 rounds per minute rate of fire. It does 160 average damage, which is even more than the Chaffee's gun, and it has 130mm of penetration. So I would hesitate to call this thing a scout tank. Sorry about that, just turn my mic off when I coughed. Yeah, I would hesitate to call this thing a scout tank, although you probably could use it as a scout, in the same way that you can use the Chaffee as a bush scout. So with a camo net and a pair of binoculars, you could probably, do reasonably well with this thing. If you wanted to play it as a scout, but I don't really think it is a scout. It's a light tank, but it's not really a scout tank. It feels more like the French Tier 6 and 7 and 8 light tanks, and then it can't really take much of a beating, but it can dish one out, and in company with other tanks this thing can be very, very dangerous. Now, MntRunner has a little bit of a derp moment here. When he's fixating on this IS, he doesn't spot that T25AT in front of him. So he's backing away from the T25, and that IS sinks blood in the water. Now the IS has got the 122mm gun, and watch this. 403 damage. MntRunner now has 1 health. Now the IS doesn't try to capitalise on this and finish him off. That's probably because there's other medium tanks further down the road that he doesn't really want to expose himself to. But he is so going to regret not finishing him off. Now there's an IS and a T25AT, and they've just killed our T20. We do have a bit of backup down the road, but they're not doing an awful lot good back there. So it's down to MntRunner here. Now, to get a great result on any tank, you need a couple of things. You need to be good. You need a bit of luck. Although, as I keep saying, good tank drivers make their own luck. And you need dumbass enemies.
Looks like that one went right through.
Now this T25AT driver definitely qualifies as a dumbass enemy. He had any number of opportunities to finish him, MntRunner off, and just failed to take them. And now there's a very juicy looking IS who's not even pointing his gun at him. ACMLE 46 finishes him off anyway, so okay, now we're free to go and get stuck in. But it ain't looking that good, because we've only got 3 tanks left. One of them's an AFK T1 heavy tank. Great. One's a pretty good Tier 7 French tank destroyer, and the other one is a Tier 6 light tank on 1 health. And they have 2 Tigers, a T1 Heavy, and a T20. Now, the T1 Heavy tank is at least providing some use in that while he's sitting AFK in the cap circle, he is at least lighting up the entire enemy team. And our tank destroyer friend is taking advantage of that. But there are far too many of them for him to handle by himself. And the T1 Heavy and Tiger are closing in on him. Now he shoots at the other Tiger, leaves him on 4%, doesn't quite manage to kill him. And unfortunately there's just too many of them closing in on him, and he's going to die, I mean, very soon. There he goes. Getting a couple of good hits in, but it's all over. And the AFK T1 Heavy tank dies. Now, look at this. This guy's on 1 health. He's been on 1 health for the last 3 minutes. And there are still 4 enemy tanks left. T20 misses. Again, a little bit of luck there. But he knows where the T20 is, even though he can't see him. However, he's, you know, they all know where he is as well. And there's 4 of them. So it's time to haul ass. Get the hell out of here. Because that T20 could be chasing after him. If he had any sense, the T20 would be chasing after him. But remember, a couple of things you always need in order to have a great game. One of those things is dumbass enemies. And it turns out that that T20 has not moved. And one of the Tigers, well, is actually trying to chase after the light tank that can do 50 kph. And MntRunner takes full advantage of this. So, 50 kilometers per hour is pretty quick. And it's certainly quick enough for what this guy has in mind. So he's going all the way around the map. It looks like there's 2 of them sitting in the cap circle, judging by the way the base capture counter is going up, but it's more than quick enough for him to go all the way around the other side of the map, come up from a completely unexpected direction. Get another kill. And reset the cap. Now you can't see it on the map here, but the other Tiger is running around the centre of town looking for him. He's now turning around and coming back to the cap again. There's only him and the T20 left. But MntRunner knows what he's doing. He's not popping up in the same place every time. He only has 1 health. There's the Tiger coming back to see what's going on in the cap circle. Now it's debatable whether or not the Tiger spotted him. Probably did. German optics are pretty good, and yet his gun is pointing this way. Where's that T20? There's some bushes there we can use. It's the Tiger again. Sure. Bounced. 130mm of penetration on this gun. Most of the time, good enough to get through a Tiger's armour. Generally don't have to aim for weak spots. I don't know what the accuracy of this gun is like, but it seems pretty good. And the size of the aiming reticle seems quite good as well. It seems like this gun is the polar opposite. This tank is the polar opposite of the Type 59. On the Type 62, the gun is the best feature. Now, I'd really love to know where the T20 is at this point. Oh, there he is. He hasn't moved. He's been sitting in that bush the entire game. And he rushes his shot. And he's going to pay for that. So, 1-on-1. But that Tiger has 70% of his health left. Or more. I can't remember if it's 70 or 74. Oh no, 64. So it's going to take 7 shots to kill him. Now MntRunner knows
Looks like that
But
one
with a
went right
10.5
through.
rounds per minute rate of fire, he can get 2 shots off for every shot the Tiger takes. Now watch what he does here. This is where it gets clever. Backs off, waits for him to pop off the Tiger's radar so the Tiger doesn't know which side he's going to pop back up again.
We nailed him
Takes a
bad.
shot, backs off. And then he does it again. Backs off, waits to drop off everybody's radar. And now the Tiger doesn't know which side of this building he's going to pop around from. So he goes to the other side. And you can see the Tiger was aiming at the wrong corner. Hits him again, down to 33%. He's done all this on 1 health. And again. Pops off radar, waits, and look at chat. That IS that was giving him problems earlier, the one who actually took 403 of his health off. This is so depressing. And now that Tiger's wondering, where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. Boom.
Penetration.
Tiger fires. MntRunner knows he can get another shot in before the Tiger reloads.
We nailed
Look
him
at chat
bad.
from the IS driver. Watching this Tiger is making me stupid. And he waits for him to drop off the wrap again, and now the Tiger doesn't know which side he's going to pop out of until it's too late. Gets a shot,
We
backs
nailed
off.
him bad.
Tiger fires. I can fire again before you've reloaded.
They're knocked out.
Game over. That was the stuff that legends are made of. Now, I suspect MntRunner does not have a premium account. It's the only way I can explain the numbers I'm seeing here. That was a 1500 experience, 47,000 credit match. Now those are pretty good numbers. But for that, and that sort of achievement, I would have expected that to be a 2000 credit game and a 70,000 XP match. So I'm going to go with the theory that MntRunner does not run a premium account, because that is an awesome achievement. 29 shots fired, 26 hit the target, 100% base defense, took 3 hits. Oh, he did actually get a bounce from something, didn't see that. That was lucky. That was very lucky considering he had 1 health left. But you know, look at that, Top Gun, Defender. I'm surprised he didn't get a sniper medal. That's just awesome. 6 kills. And he got 5 of those 6 kills on 1 health. I don't know if I've mentioned this enough yet. He only had 1 health. And damaged a further 2 tags. That was just unbelievably good play. I'm so getting myself one of these tanks. I really think I could have a lot of fun in it. And like I said, I mean, you don't often get results like this. That's why they're so good. But to get a result like this, you need a couple of factors. One, you need to be good. You need to know what you're doing. You need a bit of luck, or the ability to make your own luck. And you need noob teammates who are not quite as noobish as the enemy team. You put all 4 of those factors into play and you end up with results like this. Doesn't matter what tank you're driving. But the fact that he did that in a light tank with 1 health is nothing short of awe-inspiring. So, as I said, I got this from myworldoftanksreplays.com. I'll put the link to the website in the video description where you can see this, and most of my replays are up there as well. I highly recommend it as a place to keep your replays safe for future reference. They don't have to clog up your own hard disk space. It's a fantastic service provided free by the community, for the community, and I've been using it for a long time. I've got most of my replays up there as well, and they do a fantastic stats analysis of the games, providing you let them last until the end for this screen to pop up. And you can see the amount of damage that you've done in the game, and all sorts of statistics are available. Fantastic service, and it's where I found this and many other fantastic replays. So that was MntRunner in the Type 62 Tier 6 light tank, having a phenomenally good game on Ruinberg against a not particularly bright enemy team, and taken full advantage of that. So I hope you enjoyed that replay, because it was amazing. And I'll catch you next time.